So, Karen, I really appreciate you taking the time today to come and talk with me about what your experience has been here. I know it was a number of years ago that you first came and had been working as a veterinary technician and lifting maybe some heavy animals, doing lots of physical work, and had chronic lower back pain for many years before you came here. So I'd love for you to describe a little bit of what happened with your back pain, and then a number of years later, at this point, being under wellness care, what role you feel like the care is playing in your life, and how it might have affected you physically and in other ways, if that's the case.
Yeah, I was trying to think when I drove in here. I mean, I think it's been maybe 4 or 5 years since I started coming here. Chronic back pain through working with dogs and lifting, and then doing house cleaning and bending and twisting and doing that sort of thing. But I can remember my first visit here, and I left and you told me to go drink water when I got home, because I was going to be sore the next day. And I thought, well, she barely touched me. I woke up the next day and I felt like I had done a marathon. My body was just sore. But it was a good sore, and I knew that meant that there was a healing process starting. And I have to say that I have always looked forward from that moment on of coming here, because I knew that good things were happening. And your explanation of how your method works and how the body aligns itself with one another through these different systems made sense to me. And it was so different than any other experience that I've had with mainstream chiropractic work that I've had in the past, that it just seemed to suit my body. It just seemed to suit me. So it was wonderful to have finally found a method that worked for me. And the changes that I saw in my body, even days later, were wonderful. I had much more freedom of movement. The pain started to subside over a period of sessions with you, which, when you've had chronic pain for so long, it's such a wonderful feeling to be able to live in your body and to not have to be combating against it all the time. Yeah, and I would have to say the changes that I have felt, not only from a physical standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, from a healing standpoint, it's just wonderful to know that I come here and the atmosphere here is it's very zen, it's very soothing, and I love that. When we're out in the world, there's just so much going on, and I loved coming here and just, it's my 20 minutes of zen time, so I get to come here and relax, and I know that you're doing good things for me, because I feel it every day. I feel it, and I think about my body much more. I think about just the alignment of my body, how I carry myself through the day, and how my body is working for me instead of against me, and it's just something that's really much more uppermost in my mind than it ever has before. So it's I have to say, other than physical, there's a lot of stuff that happens other than just the physical healing. There's just this emotional stuff that goes on.
That's a beautiful way to describe it.
It's wonderful, yeah.